Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing a first impression. Get ready with me. I am going to try out new Colourpop eyeshadows, a new drugstore bronzer palette. My foundation is a new test for the summer, and it's a Kat Von D Lolita, as well as this lippy, the highlight, and the lashes. So stay tuned and let's get ready together. This time I am starting out with the NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard first, and that is because I will not be using liquid foundation on my face. So I'm going in with whatever is creamy first and then go in with powder foundation. And the reason for that is that in summer, anything I put on my face just melts off like crazy. And yeah, that is not really the idea, is it? I have tried different foundations, but on a daily basis, I first of all don't want to prime to go to work or, you know, just to go about my life. I don't want to use primers every day. I don't like having heavy foundations on, so something that has full coverage like Estee Lauder foundations are not really something that I enjoy in the summer. And lighter coverage are also fine, but it's just a lot on my face, and when it's creamy, it often just melts off. So what I have decided to do is to go and use powder foundation, something that will give me both coverage and mattify me. So yesterday I went to Sephora to pick up Lolita for a friend, and I picked up for myself the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, and this is in the shade medium 57. And this is what it looks like. The packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It has its own little puff underneath, but I'll be applying it with a brush today. And I've tried it on once already, but it has a lot of, let me see if I can show you. It has a lot of fallout, so you really need to tap off the excess on your brush and then go pick it up again. And yeah, I had a trip to Sephora yesterday, and I was supposed to only get the new Lolita eyeshadow and blush for my friend, and instead I ended up spending way more money than I was supposed to and getting myself this foundation. Now, as I mentioned, I used it this morning before going to work, and I don't know, I got shiny after I think 3 hours. And that is a bit early in my standards. I mean, usually I use a BB cream and a mattifying powder, a loose powder, and that actually works very well. And this time with only the Kat Von D, it was a little bit shiny already. But I'm willing to give it another try, and I will update in the description below how today went. I'm going out for dinner and drinks since it's Friday night. But you can see the coverage is absolutely beautiful, definitely enough and great for a powder. The only thing as I mentioned, is look at how much powder is in my compact now. And that is, I guess, wasted product, because what I would do now is just give it a puff and get rid of it. But I'm gonna try to keep it and just close it. We'll see how it goes. So I have my foundation and powder done at the same time. Then let's go in with brows, because I feel absolutely naked. This is not a first impression because I've had this before, but I just repurchased the NYX Micro Brow, and I wear the shade Espresso. Before this, I had the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I was always told these two were dupes for each other. So the NYX one was a more inexpensive dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. And after actually trying the Anastasia Brow Wiz, I got it 50% off at Ulta's 21 Days of Ulta. So it was the same price as the NYX one, and I said, why not? It's definitely softer. The product is softer in the pencil, and yeah, you get a more natural look from it. I find that you can really sculpt them out with a microbrow pencil, whereas with Anastasia, it looks more natural. And the only thing that I was really upset about with the Anastasia brow was, and now I show you how it looks like, the butt came off. The back spoolie, it broke after 2 weeks of wear. And this, for if you're paying $20 for a brow pencil, it better not break. I mean, I don't know. I was a bit shocked. And this now is empty. I think the 21 days of Ulta were at the end of April, beginning of May. And I'm already out. I used it almost every day, but I am already out. So I said I'm not gonna repurchase. I'm just gonna try to do with the NYX microbrow. Since I've been really into having a more natural brow compared to using the dip brow, for example. So yeah, this is the microbrow. I love it. I'm gonna do the other one off camera and be right back. Let's move on to the eyes, and I want to try on camera the summer eyeshadow collection from Colourpop, and I have them here in my little palette that I created. Beautiful sandy colors and some aqua colors. They are beautiful together. I've used them a few times, and you can see the looks I did on Instagram if you follow me at Alice's Beauty Madness. And yeah, I was very happy to see that Colourpop is finally coming out with colors. Sorry, I went in with the shade Beach Blanket in my crease, and it blends like a dream. It is a beautiful warm toned transition. Then I am taking a smaller crease brush and going in with this orange shade. I think the name is Cannonball. And this is a beautiful orange. They've had their collection with the bold and bright shades, which I still have to do a blog post on, but they've had those ones, and the orange in that one is way brighter, less wearable, I think. Blending it out with a bigger brush again. Then with a flat shader, I'm going in the shade Board Shorts and applying it all over my lid. And please look at how beautiful and metallic this is without foiling it. I do not have any Fix Plus on my brush, and it's just so beautiful. I want something darker on the outer corner, which I don't have in this palette. So I'm going to take from my other Colourpop eyeshadows this shade here, which is called Cloud 9, and put it on my outer corner to deepen up there. And it's no surprise if you follow my channel or my social media that I love my Colourpop eyeshadows. I wear them all the time. They're really good mattes, and mattes are the most important thing to me, because having hooded eyes, as you can see a little bit of my shimmers, but I'm gonna use 1 or 2 shimmers per look, not much more, and the mattes are more important, so I love them. In the inner corner, I am going to go with this shade, which is called Ready for Yacht, this bright shade here, and this one is not the usual foiled formula, but it's more of a pressed glitter. So there's a lot of fallout when you pick it up from the pan, but you can see the effect is gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's a very similar formula to the one in the I Love Sarah He collection, which I also reviewed here. It's a very similar formula, so more of a pressed glitter type of situation. In my waterline, I want to use the blues, so I am taking Makeup Geek Mint eyeliner and put it in my waterline. Then with a small pencil brush, I'm taking this shade here, which is called Tiny Tangerines. Oh, and putting it underneath my lash line to give it the pop of blue. And then with a slightly bigger brush in this shade that is called Muscle Beach to blend it out. Eyeshadow wise we are done, but I want to define my upper lash line a little bit more, and I am going in with something that is not new to me, but it is new on my channel. I don't think I ever used it, and that is the NYX Full Black in Burnt Sienna. Now you can see it's not new because this is a new one, this is a used one, but I've had it for maybe a month and I use it almost every single day. It is a perfect warm brown and it stays on forever. It doesn't transfer, it doesn't bleed, it doesn't do anything of that sort. It sets and it stays all day. And I love it to use it as eyeliner on my upper lash line. I'm gonna finish the other eye and mascara off camera and I will be right back. And here I am with the other eye done and mascara, and I want to try on some new lashes that I got today at Ulta. These are the Allure Enchanted Camellia half lashes, and if you know me, you know I don't love to wear full-on strip lashes. If I do, it's Demi Wispies by Ardell, but I really love my Essence half lashes, and those are pretty much my favorites. So I'm gonna try these now and see how they look on. Okay, I'm officially in love with these lashes. They give really a beautiful cat eye effect, and I think I'm gonna leave my lower lash line bare because I would use like a blue mascara, but I don't have anything handy. So yeah, the eyes are complete. Moving on to the rest of the face, I have a new drugstore bronzer palette to try. This is the Maybelline Master Bronze, and I've seen it all over the place, and when I made my Ulta order, I decided to pick it up. And together with this, I also got the new Master Chrome highlighter, but as you can see, it came smashed. So I don't think I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna bring it back and see if I can get a whole version, and we'll do a look with it another time. But this would be a gorgeous addition to a bronzy look like I have now. So let's try this Maybelline palette. This has a highlighter, a lighter bronzer, a warm tone bronzer, and then a cool tone bronzer. I will first apply the cool tone bronzer on the lower side of my cheeks as a contour with this e.l.f. highlighting brush. I've been loving it a lot to use with bronzers in general. And they're not extremely pigmented, but you can build them up very nicely and you get definitely a very nice natural effect. I must say, like for the drugstore, where usually it's either patchy or not pigmented at all, these are very easy to use, and I would definitely suggest this to someone who is a beginner. Then with the same brush, I will go into the warm tone bronzer, and this one actually has some visible glitters. I don't think it will show up on camera, but there's glitters on it when you look at the pan. However, I don't think they show up on the skin. I don't think so. Do you see glitters? I don't see any glitters. And yeah, this is a beautiful shade, and I think it doesn't give too much, again, pigmentation, but it's enough to do its job, I think. And bring it down. Then for highlight, I will use this one in the palette because except for the Master Chrome, I don't have any other new highlights. And let's see how this goes. I'd say pretty good. What do you think? For a drugstore highlighter, I think this is doing absolutely wonderfully. It feels a little bit more dry and less buttery than some of my other highlights that I love, like the Ofra one I got in my Birchbox, I think. But the effect is really beautiful. It's not glittery at all. I will also show you some finger swatches to show you how they swatch. As I mentioned, they are not that pigmented, so you can see that doesn't show up too much on the fingers, except for the beautiful, beautiful highlight. And let me show you on my arm. This is how they swatch. As you can see, not a lot of pigment on the bronzers, but the highlighter is gorgeous. And the bronzers, yeah, you can see it on me. I'm actually going all blotchy and red from the heat in here. And the Kat Von D foundation is already looking a bit shiny on the T-zone. What do you think? I'm a bit iffy about it, I must say. I was expecting way more mattifying power from it. I will add a little bit of blush, and for that I'm going into my Nabla, which this one is Hey Honey, I believe, and just a little bit of a warm blush. Not that you can see much, can you? For the lips, I want to go in with one of my new Velvetins by Lime Crime. And I have Dream Girl, Red Rose, and Red Hot, which were all upside down for you guys, but that's fine. But I think with this look, I want to go with Red Rose. It's a very bright raspberry shade. And this is how Red Rose looks. I must say, when I looked at the shade online, I was expecting a deep blue-toned red. And this is actually a very berry raspberry shade. So yeah, that is a bit weird. I mean, I actually see that on camera it picks up much more red than in the mirror, but it's quite close. It's a brighter version of the color in the tube. So it's actually a raspberry berry pink shade. I do love my Velvetines, and this is just another great addition to my collection. Final considerations. The Kat Von D foundation has a beautiful coverage and finish, but I am already shiny right now just from getting ready with you guys, and the lights in this room. I mean, I have LED lights, and only my umbrella lights are actually fluorescent, so make heat while they give light. So I'm actually a bit iffy about it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, to be honest, because I went there asking for a matte finish foundation that I can use by itself. And if this gets shiny within a few minutes, that's not very good, is it? So this one is gonna be tested, and I will leave down below the result of today's test, and then I will probably write a review for my blog. So look out for that one for the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. The Colourpop eyeshadows were amazing. I think they all performed very well. I used all the top row and these two down here. This deep blue I didn't, but you can see how beautiful that is. I definitely recommend you try out these pressed powders from Colourpop. They're really, really good eyeshadows, and they're only $5. Real discovery in this video is this Maybelline Master Bronze. I think the effect that it gives to the skin is very beautiful. It is very friendly for beginners. The highlight, it's very, very shiny, and I don't think it looks grainy at all. There's no glitter there. The bronzers, both that I used, worked very, very well, and this lighter shade will work for lighter skin tones or me in the winter. So very, very happy with this one. A little bit less happy with my crushed highlighter, but I'll fix that. And yeah, the lipstick came out pinker than I thought it would be, but I think it fits the look. I really like it, and the lashes are amazing. I love the look of them. They look so fun and wispy, and definitely recommend you check them out if you're like me and you like a more natural look, but still the look of very full lashes. Check out these Allure Enchanted Camellia lashes. Definitely beautiful, beautiful lashes. And this is all for this first impression get ready with me today. Thank you for getting ready with me. I'm off to dinner and drinks, and I will see you in the next video, which is very probably going to be my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. It's coming tomorrow, so I'll get this video up for you and then film that immediately. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss that video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!